If absolute total sound quality and excellent build quality all around are your number one priorities for this category, you want something wireless and you want it to be probably about the best sounding one you can find, generally speaking, then you need to turn your attention to the number 5909 by Mark Levinson. This is the high-end flagship brand of the Harman Group, who you would know best as JBL. Before we get into why I think this might be one of the best sounding headsets ever in the Bluetooth category, if not the best, don't forget to subscribe to the Gramophone channel, click that bell icon, and here is your question of the day. What's the best pair of wireless headphones you've heard yet? Mark Levinson started out as the man himself. Mark Levinson, who was a musician and a recording engineer who set out to bring what he heard in the studio in the best form that he possibly could to the home. But today his brand is now part of the entire Harman family, and now they've turned their attention to this wireless market. Let's go ahead and open them up. Nicely padded box, really good presentation for a beautiful pair of headphones. We've got a very nice leather-like hard shell case, trusty headphone stand. You've got a very nice braided USB-C to 3.5mm cable so that you can run these headphones in a traditional wired fashion. You get a USB-C to C charging cable with gold-plated ends, because why not? Everything is USB-C, right? Which is wonderful. But we do live in a world where most things are still USB-A. USB-C to A adapter. How about a 3.5 to 1/4 inch adapter? I have never seen this ever included with anything that has ever been in the wireless category, ever. So what this is indicative of is that Mark Levinson is serious about these being high-end headphones, not just high-end wireless headphones. Now, I'm gonna clean this up and then let's just talk about the headphones. So I mentioned that the first thing you notice when you pick them up and actually feel them in your own hands is that the build quality is immediately apparent. The leather-wrapped headband and leather ear cups are super plush and just feel so supple. They just have a bit of natural resistance to keep them in place based on how you put them on your head. And rather than using clicking spokes, they just have smooth, sliding, fully metal spokes. These are pretty comfy. I still wish the ear cups were a little larger because I have unusually large ears and I'm just cursed like that. But for someone who's a little bit more average on their ear size, these will be super comfy because the ear cups themselves are thick and plush and great. Another thing I really like is on the side of the ear cup, you've got the metal accents here with the Mark Levinson logo and just that tiny bit, just that little touch of Mark Levinson red trim. And you actually see that repeated in other places on the headphone, such as the red stitching on the headband. You'll notice 2 microphones on the front here that are both for call and active noise canceling purposes. There's your USB-C port for your charging and your wired listening. It's all integrated into one port, which was a genius move. And on the other ear cup, you're gonna find your power button. And if you hold that down even after it powers on and you keep it held down, it'll go back into pairing mode. Your A and C button, which will switch between your set noise canceling profile, which can be low noise canceling, high noise canceling. You'll adjust that in the app, or just any sound enhancement off, or going into the ambient aware mode so you can hear your surroundings more easily without removing your headphones. Now, what features are built into these headphones other than just the gorgeous design cues and the fact that they're comfortable and well made? You've got 4 microphones on this device, which will be used for both noise canceling and phone call purposes. These are built around Bluetooth 5.1. 5.1 was the right choice. This still affords you about 60 feet of listening away from your transmitter, which would probably be your phone, and provides what is currently the highest quality that we can transmit over Bluetooth. Let's talk about the battery life. Without active noise canceling, you can expect to get 34 hours out of these headphones, which is really, really good. With active noise canceling, you can expect to average around 30 hours. That is not much of a loss for engaging an entirely separate circuit and one that really has to think on its toes. And I think a very good number. And possibly even more impressive, these do have USB-C quick charge, and the quick charge on this will provide you 6 hours of useful playtime with only 15 minutes of charge. These drivers are 40mm drivers. That's a pretty typical size for a headphone like this, but what is not so typical is these drivers are coated in a nice layer of beryllium. Now, these are not pure beryllium. If they were, they'd probably be double, maybe even triple the price, because beryllium is that expensive. However, the fact that they do have a thick beryllium coating is enough to elevate this headphone to the next level. And I think the combination of the voicing and the beryllium coated drivers play a lot in this headphone's performance. One of the first things I noticed on this headphone were that brighter, more what I'd call sparkly effects are things that you might hear pan around, are sounds that would be typical of maybe a synthesized soundtrack. Really stood out as exceptional on these. Beryllium, because of its incredible rigidity and very light weight, is particularly good at higher frequency effects like that because you can push it hard and fast with no distortion. However, there's certainly more to the story than that. Bass on this is very well controlled, and it's even a well detailed and somewhat textured bass. Not something that I usually think about when I'm listening to a wireless headphone. It is noticeably better than anything else in this category. This might be one of the best contenders for that one purchase of a really good do-everything headphone. The Mark Levinson 5909 can be had for a price of $999. More expensive than your average Bluetooth, but right about there with your truly hi-fi headphones, so it kind of makes sense, especially for this build quality. You can pick them up on skybygramophone.com by clicking the link down below, where you can check out securely and get fast and free shipping straight to your door. Also, please stop by one of our showrooms in Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, as we have a plethora of headphones on display, and you can come listen to things like the Mark Levinson and many others and decide for yourself what your sound is and what you want to take home for your dollar. And don't forget to visit our Kitchen Design Center while you're out, because when it comes time for your next home improvement project or redesign, they will make it gorgeous. All right, everybody, you know what to do. If you had fun and you learned something today, please give this video a like, chat with me down below. Let me know if there's any other questions you might have about the 5909 or anything else for that matter. Don't forget that question of the day. And of course, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Appreciate you being here. Be seeing you.